Since the Cluckin Bell Farm Raid has been out for a short while now, I thought why not go through it and take a deep dive into it. Why is the raid so good? Let's get into it. But yeah, you start the raid off by visiting a returning character from a previous GTA Online update, Vincent Effenberger, who is now a cop at the Vespucci police station. You'll be able to head there after receiving a phone call. This is a phone call that anyone can get. You don't have to own a property. I've not seen anyone say that they dislike Vincent, so I'm just going to assume everyone is glad to have him back. It's during the initial cutscene that you find out that Vincent has discovered all about the Cluckin Bell cartel. The cartel is new to the city and are using Cluckin Bell Farms as a front for large-scale cocaine manufacturing and distribution. Vincent informs you that the LSPD are actively facilitating the cartel's operation. Because of his time at the Dam Casino, he trusts you with assistance to take down the Cluckin Bell cartel in exchange of cash. After the cutscene, the Slush Fund mission begins. In this mission, Vincent tasks you with raiding 2 money laundering businesses near the police station. You need to raid the businesses to steal dirty cash which can be used as a budget for the rest of the heist. I must say it's incredibly refreshing not being able to use vehicles like the Oppressor Mark II in the setups. I've been having a fun time using vehicles such as the Vigilante in the setup missions. Anyway, for an initial setup mission, it's not too bad, it's pretty straightforward. Upon arriving at both locations, you'll be met by enemies that you have to take out. One thing I noticed was that as you're collecting the money inside of the business, enemies won't shoot you. Yeah, it's weird. Moving on, once you've collected the cash from the businesses, you've to deliver the cash back to Vincent's lockup. This won't be the last time you'll be at his lockup. The game will then put you back into a free mode session where you'll have to travel to the Vespucci police station again to continue with the Cluckin Bell Farm Raid. And before I forget, you're able to purchase the Gauntlet Interceptor after completing this mission. Overall, it's a pretty straightforward mission that shouldn't be too difficult for anyone in GTA Online. In breaking and entering, Vincent tasks you with tracking down a Cluckin Bell employee that's under the Cluckin Bell cartel's payroll. The employee has a laptop with up-to-date information on the cartel's recent operations in the factory. I will say finding something which is highlighted in a certain area of the minimap isn't the best mission design, so I think they could have done a better job with this part of the mission. After retrieving the employee's laptop, Vincent will provide you with the whereabouts of a tech genius and major hacker that's known to the LSPD. The same mechanic returns from the previous part of the mission, but this time it's less annoying because the terabyte is easy to find. You're at the terabyte to steal an hacking device which is required in the Cluckin Bell Farm Raid. However, before you can enter, you have to defeat some weaponized drones. If I'm being honest, I don't know what to make of this section. Moving on to the remainder of this mission, you must then steal a freight train. You know, the train you've seen around GTA 5 for a decade now. Before you steal the train, however, you have to take out members of the cartel in order to find the key of the train. Once the key is obtained, you can then steal the train, and yes, you can drive it. Whilst you're making your getaway in the train, you must use the hacking device in order to switch the railway signal lights. Failing to do so will bring the train to a complete stop. I must say that this is one of my favourite parts of the setups. It's just nice to be able to finally drive the train even though you don't get to drive it for very long. Stealing this train is essential as you'll be using this train to arrive at the Cluckin Bell Farm during the raid. Once again, after completion, you'll be heading back to the police station to continue with the Cluckin Bell Farm Raid. Yeah, the mission wasn't great to begin with, but it picked up towards the end when you got to drive the train. In the mission, Concealed Weapons, Vincent tasks you with finding gear and weapons that you'll be using in the Cluckin Bell Farm Raid. There's 3 possible locations you can head to steal gear and weapons, each location having different gear. Location A takes you to Fudge Lane where you'll meet the Marabunta Grande. At this location you can steal a combat rifle, a combat pistol which is silenced, a mini SMG, a crowbar and some Molotovs. The gear that you're able to take is light armor and low stamina reduction. Location B takes you to the Dignity, a luxurious yacht where you'll meet the professionals. It's at this location you can steal an heavy rifle, a tactical SMG that's silenced, an heavy shotgun and some pipe bombs. The gear that you're able to take is medium armor and medium stamina reduction. The last location, Location C, takes you to the Sandy Shores airfield where you'll be met by an unnamed militia. If you didn't notice, yes, each one of those loadouts got better, with A being the worst and C being the best, and as you would expect with that, A is the easiest to retrieve and C is the hardest. That's not to say that C is hard, just be careful if you're a new player that doesn't have the right vehicle. I'd personally recommend B because of the tactical SMG. Anyway, once you've got the weapons and gear, you'll have to drop them back off at Vincent's lockup, and from there you're able to text Vincent to confirm your gear and weapons. Yet again, after completion, you'll have to head back to the police station to continue with the raid setups. I don't mind this mission. I like how there's multiple weapon and gear loadouts to choose from. That means you can always pick a different weapon loadout each time. That changes the way that you play the mission. Not only do you need gear and weapons for the raid on the Cluckin Bell Farm, you'll be needing a vehicle also. Vincent tasks you with finding a getaway vehicle in the mission Hit and Run. This is the vehicle that you'll be using to escape from the Cluckin Bell Farm after you've raided it. Now this mission is similar to the last one in regards to that there's 3 possible locations that you could source a vehicle from. Location A takes you to the west side of Harmony where you'll meet the Marabunta Grande. At this location you'll be able to find either one of these vehicles, the D-Classy Moonbeam Custom, the D-Classy Impaler LX or the D-Classy Tulip. Location B takes you to the area between Ron Alternate's Wind Farm and the Palmer Taylor Power Station where you'll meet the professionals. At this location you're able to find either one of these vehicles, the Coil Raiden, the Dinkasugoi or the Ocelot Jugular. Location C takes you to Shumash where you'll meet an unnamed militia. At this location you're able to find either one of these vehicles, the Canis Terminus, the Mammoth Patriot Mil-Spec or the Mammoth Squaddy. Now just like the previous mission, breaking and entering, A is the easiest to retrieve and C is the hardest. You just need to be in the right vehicle to get it done easily. If I was to recommend one to go for on this mission, it would be B again. I just prefer those vehicles. Once the vehicle has been obtained, you must then head towards the top of the map to deliver it to a garage. Just note that if the vehicle has been damaged on the way, you'll have to repair it at Beaker's garage, which is close to the garage. With the vehicle now in the garage, you're able to text Vincent to give confirmation on what vehicle you're using in the finale. And you guessed it, just like all of the other missions previously, you'll have to head back to the police station yet again to continue. A quick tip would be to set your spawn location to a property nearby the police station. Then if you switch sessions, you won't have to travel the distance of the map. Just like the last mission, I don't mind this one either. Yet again, you're able to do the mission in different ways as it gives you multiple options to go for, making it different each time. The last setup that Vincent sends you on is Disorganised Crime, and the way you complete the mission has a big impact on whether you do the finale as a stealth approach or aggressive. To start this mission off, you're required to track down vans that are carrying Cluckin Bell Cartel products. Once in range, you have to use the hacking device in order to gather information to track down the location of the garage, which is being used by the cartel to offload their drugs. Just note that the enemies in the van will start shooting once the hack is initiated. Apparently, you're able to collect the driver uniforms from those vans to help disguise yourself when inside of the garage on the next bit. But if I'm being honest, it isn't necessary to do that. The next bit is easy enough. So yeah, once you've hacked the vans, you'll have the location of the garage. It's in this garage that you're required to sabotage 4 Cluckin Bell Bensons and search for a power drill to open lockers to find a key card to the cartel's facilities located inside the Cluckin Bell Farms. Now, like what I was saying beforehand, how you complete this mission has an impact on how you approach the finale. To do the silent approach, you must sabotage the Bensons without blowing them up, eliminate all of the enemies without alerting them or before the time limit expires. Furthermore, you have to wipe out CCTV camera footage and deliver an MTL flatbed truck to Vincent's lockup. The truck is loaded with supply boxes that you'll use to enter the Cluckin Bell Farms in so the guards won't be alerted. Now, doing it this way is straightforward because doing things stealthily in GT Online is never the hardest thing in the world. Just remember to wipe out the CCTV footage. Now, you probably guessed what you have to do if you want to do the aggressive approach. That's right, you pretty much do the opposite. You can kill the guards in any way that you want, you can blow the Bensons up, you don't have to wipe out the CCTV footage, and you don't have to steal the truck. You do, however, have to escape the cartel before the mission ends. Once you've completed this mission, it's back to the police station yet again, but this time it's time to crack on with the finale. And just to note, completing this mission as leader, you'll unlock the trade price for the Vapid Benson Cluckin Bell variants. What I liked about this mission was that how you choose to complete it dictates how you approach the finale. It just makes the mission have more weight than any of the others. Scene of the crime, the last mission, the finale. This is it, this is what you've been doing the setups for. The character will arrive on the train that you stole in the second mission, and depending on how you completed the previous mission, the cartel may or may not be alerted from the start. Please note, if you fail to complete it stealthily, if you are doing that approach, you can still complete it aggressively. If you trigger the silent approach, you'll see the character climb out of the Cluckin Bell crate that you stole from the truck. You must then make your way through the facility stealthily, making sure that you don't alert any of the guards. And yeah, you guessed it, if you're doing it aggressively, you're just shooting any of the guards that get in your way. When I'm doing the stealth approach, I like to take out all of the guards in the main area before doing anything else, which a quick tip for people looking to do it stealthily, the minimap is your best friend. The more often you look at it, the better. And make sure you aim for for the head when shooting the guards. There isn't much to the stealth approach, and I recommend doing it every time. Now with the aggressive approach, just make sure you've got some good gear, weapons, and make sure you're snacking up so you don't die. There isn't much to the aggressive approach either. Now no matter what approach you're doing, you'll be making your way to the coke storages, and it's in those areas you're able to steal cocaine. Once you've looted all of the cocaine, you need to hack the office computer, but to do so you first need the office key. The safe that's in the office is locked. You'll need to use the hacking device to find the safe code. This is done by using the hacking device to locate computers scattered throughout the facility. Once by the correct computer, you'll receive a portion of the safe code data. This needs to be done 3 times to get the full code. Once complete, you'll see the code on the hacking device, and from there you're able to input it into the safe to open it up and steal the cash from inside of it. Now done in the facility, it's time to escape. You must shoot the power box on the wall to open the shutter door, and from there you can make your way to the garage that you stored the vehicle in during the previous mission. Now what's a bit strange in this finale is that you're able to use your personal vehicle. You'll see it packed up as you're escaping, and you'll be able to call it in. Anyway, carrying on, you must get back to Vincent's lockup in the city where a deal is going to be taking place, but first you have to lose the police. Now I must say, driving back to the city isn't the most thrilling thing. It's pointless trying to lose the police until you're back in the city. I just think it's easier that way. After returning to Vincent at his lockup in Los Santos, he will inform you that he has set up a deal with the representative of a local businessman to take the drugs off your hands in exchange for your final payouts. For all of that, you'll earn 500,000 if you're the leader, and if you're not the leader, you'll earn 50,000. By completing the finale, you'll have unlocked the trade price for the Gauntlet Interceptor, and that concludes the Cluckin Bell Farm Raid. Now you're able to replay this raid time and time again, but there's an hour's cooldown before you can start it again. Like other activities of the sort, you'll have to do the setups all over again. I don't think this is the best of finales, but it's still enjoyable. We can't expect it to be as good as something like a Cayo Perico heist this late into the game's life cycle. Now I've already put my opinions into some parts of this video already, but there's more that I want to say. The Cluckin Bell Farm Raid is exactly what we've been needing in GTA Online for the past few years now. We've not had a new heist in the game since 2020 with the Cayo Perico heist. People have been desperately wanting something of the sort, and people have finally got it with the Cluckin Bell Farm Raid. Yes, it's not a fully blown heist, it's much more streamlined than something what a Diamond Casino heist is, but what can we expect with them working on GTA 6 that's on its way next year? In fact, the Cluckin Bell Farm Raid is better than what I was expecting. I didn't think they'd make anything of the sort with them working on GTA 6. I like how there's a bit of a storyline, I like how they decided to bring back Vincent, I like how this is an activity that anyone can play because you don't have to own a property to start it up. I like how it uses things that's already a part of the game to give the game more depth, and I must say I do enjoy using the Vigilante in the setups. Since you can't use something like the Oppressor Mark II, it makes for a nice change. There's many other things that I could go over, but overall I think the Cluckin Bell Farm Raid is a breath of fresh air for GTA Online, and it's definitely the best bit of content that we've had since 2021. Let's see more things like this for the remainder of GTA Online. Now I do have some concerns about the Cluckin Bell Farm Raid, but I think it's only something that'll affect more veteran players. I think the payout could have been better, and to make up for that, increase the cooldown period. Players like myself want different content to grind rather than just playing the same things all of the time. It's more rewarding to play something like a KO or a Diamond Casino heist. I think once the newness has fully worn off, people will stop playing, but maybe then if that's the case, Rockstar Games may increase the payout and increase the cooldown. It doesn't have to be double what it currently is, it just has to be enough to make me want to play it now and again. Yes, it's great for new players, but let's make this content everyone can enjoy. Guys, if you did make it to the end of the video, please let me know by leaving a like on the video, I really do appreciate it, and if you're new, why not subscribe? See you in the next one, goodbye.